back to the main topic of this video now. I've elaborated that and hope you are clear on that. If you still have some questions, you can still comment down below, or rather inbox me on my TikTok, Survival S, so that we get to engage and ask some questions so that we both learn. As I always say, we were never born to know everything, so we are here for us to learn from each other. What you learn, please share with me, and what I've learned and experienced, please also share. I also share with you so that we both elevate and grow our farming experience, right? So I want to talk about how to achieve high milk production in your farm, rather in a cow. Production of milk goes way back, and of course this is the part of the breed of the cow, and I can divide it in 3 types, right? That is the breed of the cow, greatly contributes to milk production. If you have a good breed, you get good production of milk. If you have good management in your farm, you get each and every day you accumulate or add some milk with the time, right? If you have workers who don't listen to what you're telling them to do, of course you'll have a problem. If you have, if you're present in your farm, you'll at least get somewhere, right? And 3, the part of feeding now. Choosing a good feeds to give to your cow. There are different types of feeds, of course, or types of fodders. There's hay, there's napier grass. Of course, the napier grass is divided into so many napier grass. There's the super napier, there's the normal napier, there's the junkao grass, which are both good, right? And also there are the supplements, right? So generally, the same way a human being feeds on a balanced diet is the same way a cow will feed on a balanced diet. So note that. And coming to the point of now narrowing down, sometimes you just, as a farmer, maybe at home, you're not doing it, maybe this business, this production of milk, or maybe dairy farming as a business. Let me educate you on something. You have to remember that just apart from you taking your own milk, there will come a time, maybe you have a family of 2 or 3 or 5, and maybe your cow is just giving you enough milk, like 2 liters or 3 liters a day, and you're just enough with that. You're just okay with the production, right? But trust you me, it will reach a point where the cow now, when you're feeding it, it will start increasing your milk production. And what happens to the surplus milk? You start looking for milk for the market to sell it, right? Your neighbors around maybe take it to maybe in town and sell it. So what do I mean? All in all, you have to take this dairy farming business as a business, right? And if you want to achieve this as a business, now you have to focus on the types of feeds and every part that entails in achieving good production. Energy is greatly needed in production of milk. You have to know that. You have to know that energy is needed for production of milk in your farm, right? Energy in terms of in feed formulation, right? Let me try to say, of course, you after feeding, after you have like napier grass, right? But now you have to supplement it with dairy meal. It's not always about the dairy meal. It's always about the quality of the dairy meal, right? Formulating your own dairy meal is even quite quite much better because you know the ingredient in the dairy meal in what you're feeding your cow. But continue, know this point that you have to balance the ratio of the energy and the proteins and the vitamins in your formulated feeds, right? So that when a cow is feeding on the napier grass, it's feeding on the supplements like the what you call unga, right? The supplements like the dairy meal. You also have to supplementing the energy feeds, which are the wheat bran, there's the maize bran, there's the maize germ, there's the wheat pollard, and so many other energies, right? The ratio of it in the dairy meal has to be higher than the protein content and these other contents in the dairy meal, right? 2, feeding good quality energy feeds gives a good return on your investment. That cow that you have at home is an investment. Take it as an investment, right? Maybe you didn't know, but it's an investment. Why? Because when you're going to pay dowry, cows are needed. In the past, you had it from our forefathers that for you to be wealthy, you are being categorized in a way that how many goats do you have, how many cows do you have, right? That is the sign of wealth, right? How big is your shamba? How big is your farm? That is how people used to calculate the amount of wealth that somebody has. So also know that at a point where the milk production drops, milk production drops when your cow does not get enough energy, right? So ensure that you have a balanced energy production in your farm. High production of energy in your farm. If you're supplementing your feeds or your napier grass or your silage with the dairy meal, please ensure that you add in, if the dairy meal that you are buying from the shop, please ensure that during the mixture, the total mixed ratio, the TMR, right, you add in at least a kilogram or a kilogram and a half, maybe a kilogram in the morning and a kilogram in the evening of maize germ or wheat bran, so that you supplement on the energy. There is the energy that the body that is required by the body of the cow for its maintenance. And there's the energy that you also the cow now it's needed to produce the milk. If a cow just eats and gets enough energy, it now releases milk, right? Of course, there are numerous things that entail in between, because a cow makes milk, right, when it's chewing cud, when it's sleeping. That's when there's formulation of milk. And there's somebody who was asking me about the machicha. Machicha is good, but please ensure when you're giving it your cow's machicha, just make sure that you don't stop giving it, because it's like an addiction, it's like a drug. If you fail to give it, of course the production will come down. So ensure that if you have a good supply of machicha, continue feeding on it just like a supplement to make the milk calm down, right? There's a point of the supplements and vitamins and minerals in between, so you have to balance it. A cow must have like around 150 to 200 grams of minerals per day. If it doesn't get enough, please ensure that you purchase the block so that it continues leaking, so that it gets good amount of vitamins in the body and the minerals, right? Feeding, ensure that you feed your cows on good quality fodder all year round. You can decide to purchase hay and store it during drought, so that you have food and for the cows yearly. You can decide to make silage so that your cows do not lack any food anytime. Please, if you do this, I don't see any point where your cow will not produce milk. Just consider all this and put them in place. You'll thank me later. Your production will get high, and you'll have something to be proud of yourself, and you'll sell milk and get money in your pocket, right? So thank you very much, and continue tuning in, subscribing to this channel, liking these videos, and we continue learning. Until next time, thank you so much.